from Ununiform, and welcome back to, well, I guess I should say, welcome to the new start of the Grounded series that will be posted every Wednesday at 12. This is a save I have been playing on for a while, hence why I have a whole bunch of stuff in general. However, I might change back to a previous save, which will likely make things more interesting for future upcoming videos. I will be honest, it's been at least a month or two since I've played this game, and it's been that long since, all the grass disappeared. It's been at least that long since I was chopping down these grass planks, so I can't really remember what they were for. Because, of course. And actually, maybe I do remember what they were for. I think I was building a ladder over there, but I think I finished it. Unless I started working on something else, which is also a definite possibility. Either way, I must have chopped them down up here for a reason. Do I remember that reason? No. But yes, I do have a lot of progress in this game already made. I have every possible piece of armor and tool and weapon that you could want or technically get in this game. I don't have every variation. Like, for those of you who have played Grounded, I'll show you what I mean. So, in this game, you can upgrade your tools and weapons depending on what you want to do with them. And so, if you have what you need, you can upgrade them and give them different effects. So, like the Club of the Mother Doing, I'm not going to tell you how to get it in case I, go back and play a new save. But you can give it spicy or mighty, I think. Mighty, spicy, salty, and minty are the various extra enchantments you can give them. And I've been working on a mega project in this save for a while. Well, I guess not necessarily a while. I built it on a creative save. You can just barely see it over there. But I've been working on it for a while. And it will be an incredibly long process to fully make, because I chose to make it out of the building materials that are where one of them is, like, not necessarily the most difficult and not necessarily, like, most dangerous to get. I mean, if you don't fight well, then that's one thing. But each of these, you can start seeing it better now, each of those platforms requires burr, which is very easy to get. They're kind of everywhere. But they also require lint rope. And lint rope can currently be found 2 places on the map. And on that map, you see where that shed is? On that shed next to that chair is a doormat. And you can get them from there, But there's also, I can't show you yet just because of the trees in the way, but on the other side of this tree, over by where the shed is, but like that way more, there's also a gardening glove that's just lying there where you can also get lint from. And it requires so much lint. And you can only get like a maximum of, if I remember correctly, 7 nodes spawn there. And the max you can get out of a node is 6, but you don't normally get 6. Like, each time I've gone there, I've left with like 32 lint. And that doesn't sound too bad until you realize that you need, let me double check this. Yeah, you need 2 lint for 1 lint rope. And you need 2 lint rope for each of these floor pieces, which in turn means you need 4 lint. Oh no. I'm not wearing my good armor. Let's change this real quick. And I already have this up. Okay. I'm going to do something for y'all. I'll get back to what I was saying in a minute. I have Arachnophobia safe mode on, which shows the spiders as this 2 blobs with 2 eyes, because that is what I can handle because I have arachnophobia. However, there has to be a normal screenshot, but we'll see what happens. But I'm going to turn Arachnophobia safe mode off. And I'll show you what horror this is. Bro, I hate spiders so much. Oh, they're so creepy. Ugh. And I'm not even worried about dying to them. If I don't have a healing item that I use between fights, I could die. But, sorry, I'm working on thumbnail. Okay. Oh god. No. I forgot how the controls of this game worked for a second. Oh god. I'm usually much better at this. Wait, hold on. I don't have my methodatism on. How is that possible? Oh no, this is bad. This is very bad. Oh, please no. Wait. It's just gonna stay over there. You know what? I should be smart and wait until I heal more. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Will I survive this? It's glitched. Oh, you beautiful creature. And of course it got its health back. Why wouldn't it? Oh gosh, there better be a way I can hit this stupid thing. Okay, good. Oh, marksman cap. Okay. That's not gonna work. Okay, so I need to actually go down there and fight that thing. That's good. Yep, forgot about that. Oh, it's so creepy. I'm not about to lose this spider, though. I refuse. Yep, got it. Okay. I'm gonna grab my arrows because those are kind of expensive. Don't go near that thing. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to get those arrows back. Ow! At least not the one that's in there. That was more eventful than I wanted it to be. I think for the sake of the video and for your guys' entertainment, I'm going to keep arachnophobia mode off. But I would like to preface this by saying I do not appreciate it. Because spiders are my greatest fear in the world. Oh, I can see him moving. I'd rather not fight two at once, so if one of you could please... Oh, the noises. I can't. The noises are so freaky. I do, however, like getting rid of these guys whenever they're... Oh, hello, buddy. See how much easier this is with Mutations on? Okay. Now that my sanity has dropped a few levels, okay, as I was saying before, I like to get rid of these guys mainly because, for those of you who've played this game who know, there's a lab right over there that you go to towards the beginning of the game if you still go to it then. I started this game so long ago that that's how it used to be, where when you started the game, that was one of the main tasks to go over there. But I don't know if I heard they changed some of the beginning of the story, so I don't know if that is still the main, I don't know if that's still the main way the story's going. Is that going to stay there? No, right, that's, okay. Let me put some stuff up. I'm kind of weird when it comes to storage and things. Which is why my inventory is so organized. I'm not going to grab the spider parts because I have a very large amount of them. But I'll grab the spider fangs and the... Oh. That arrow icon's going to annoy me so much. I also hear an aphid. There's one down there, but that's not the one that's freaking out. But yeah, I like getting rid of those guys because I walk around here a lot, as a general rule. And I'm at a point in the game where I'm also playing on mild, which some will say is dumb. I say, who cares? But since I'm on mild and my armor is like... What level is my armor? It's level 9. And my weapons are level 8, level 8, and level 8. Almost all my stuff is level 8. Almost all my weapons, I should say, are level 8. So I don't have that much to worry about. And since I have Mutations, I should explain that. In this game, there are various mutations that you can get by doing specific things. There are obviously some that I haven't gotten yet, and I don't know what they are, and I'm choosing not to look them up just so that I can randomly just run into them. But there are ones like Chopper, where if you defeat enough bugs and various things like that with axes, it levels that up. Buff lungs, I forgot how you get this one, if I'm being honest. Natural Explorer is just running around in they call it the yard, in the yard. Cardio Fan, I guess, is just, I've had it for so long. You recover from exhaustion quicker, and you have more stamina. Mithridatism is, if you get poisoned enough, you eventually build up a resistance to poison. It's not 100%, but I think it's like 75% it can get to now, which I really appreciate. And I forgot that I got myself the upgrade that allows me to have 5 active instead of 4, but Meat Shield also has max health. I think that's just from taking hits a lot. But that's my current rundown in this game. And yes, I will keep working on building this, but one thing I might do is start a new save, as I mentioned in the new schedule video, because I have been working on this save for a while, which means it might not be as interesting for videos, because I won't necessarily be working towards anything specific, or at least until they reach, until they come out with a new update. So it might change then to where this will become more interesting specifically, but I don't know, I guess I just haven't started a new save, mainly because I put so much time and effort into this save. And let's be honest, there are a couple bugs that I have disposed of in this game that I'd prefer to not have to fight again. I could always fight them again, but I would generally prefer not to. Now, there are always orb weavers around here, unless I've gotten rid of them. Oh, no. He's back there. I can see him. At least I'm not seeing any of the juniors, so we can just hop up here normally. But yeah, this used to be, from all the way down to that wood fence all the way over to here, used to be my base, until they came out with the Bug Strike Back update that made it to where if you attack a certain bug type, or ants, mosquitoes, bees, bugs like that, if you attack them enough, they will come after you, which is another reason why I'm hesitant to start a new save, because a lot of things in this game, like the ant armor, you obviously have to defeat a bunch of ants in order to make it. And so it's one of those things where it's like, do I want to have to fight all of those again and then deal with the aftermath of, oh yeah, and they're all going to try to attack me because I had to attack them to get the certain armor set. So yeah, it's just things like that of, would this be worth it if I started over? And some things would, probably be worth it. I have 8 quartzite jewels. There's the quartzite globs. Level 7, that's level 6. I'd say let's do the axe. Let's do the axe. And upgrade that as much as we can. And the fun part about getting... So first off, getting quartzite is not difficult. It really isn't. However, getting... I have to put these back in my hot bar. Getting... I keep losing my train of thought. Yeah, getting quartzite's not bad. Getting the materials required for the ovens is kind of rough because, let's see, let me check the recipe again. I haven't made them in a while. I don't know why it does this, where it doesn't show the things until you click on them. But yeah, it requires cold chunks, and then the boiling glands are kind of rough to get. Not super rough, but they aren't... I mean, you have to fight bombardier beetles for them. They fly, and they're just irritating, as mosquitoes are most of the time. But if we look up in the top left of my screen right now, I did have various tasks that need to be completed. Oh, why do there have to be mites here? I always forget that they're here. But I need to fight another one of these guys. I've gotten 4 of them. But I need a 5th. One more shot. No! Got it. The mite got blasted by the bombardier beetle in it. That's what happens. I could use more mite fest, though. These guys are like early game irritating. Well, they're early game kind of threat, and then they turn into just irritating. What other quest did I have? Oh. Bees. It always has to be bees, doesn't it? Not the bees! I actually haven't seen that movie. I don't know why I always make that reference, especially when I haven't seen the movie. Ugh. Larvas are so annoying. You're not even hard. Just go away. Be gone. Okay, where is it? Okay. Now that they are dealt with, that was interesting. But, yeah, we always took turns holding them, and it was great. But yeah, any kind of insect, I used to be fine with spiders. I used to be. And then I got kind of a phobia of them, and I think my brother ruined it for me, if I'm being honest. Because he decided, so a long time ago, like 6+ years ago, my mother owned a boat. You know, just a small little speedboat. And it was just coming around to summer, and we had to clean it because we hadn't used it in a while. And, of course, with a thing that's outside constantly, what do you think would be there? Spiders. Because, of course, there would be. Why wouldn't there be? And so there were spiders everywhere. I was sitting at the back of the boat just cowering. And we had driven the boat out to, like, the middle of the lake, and we were just resting out there while we were cleaning just to have a nice view. And I kid you not, a spider the size of a quarter, or like bigger than a quarter, crawls out from under a handle. And my brother, who's 6.5 years older than me, he decides, oh, this would be a good way for her to conquer her fear. And so he looked at me and looked at my hand, which had a towel in it at the time. And he said, I'm going to put your hand over the spider and you're going to squeeze as hard as you can. And I'm like, are you insane? No. And then, of course, he grabs my hand, pushes it onto the spider anyway. So I have no choice but to squeeze it. Like, squeeze my hand and try to kill it. But, of course, it hid behind the handle. It was like a classic boat handle. Or, like, if you look up over your door in a car, when you're inside and it has like one of those handles. It was like one of those handles, not like a fold down, but just like if it was just there. It was just that kind of handle. And I kid you not, I squeezed for like a good 10 seconds. The spider did not die, didn't even get hurt, I don't think. And it ran out from under my hand and started running up my arm. I screamed so loud and flung my arm. I think the spider went with it, thank God. But I flung it, the towel went flying, landed in the lake and started sinking. And I was crying at this point. And my brother had the audacity to tell me to go into the lake and get the towel that I threw. And I'm like, no, you can get it. You caused this. I refuse. You have to clean up this mess that you caused. And you are going to kill every spider from now on. That almost ended badly. And that is one of the main reasons why I hate spiders. I mean, let's be honest, they are generally creepy. But he has ruined spiders for me. It looks like the lint is back. I'm going to go grab that. And then the second worst spider experience I have ever experienced in my life. I love how I'm just coming up with stories to tell as I'm going over to lint because nothing interesting happens on this walk. One of the worst spider experiences I've ever had in my life. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to get itchy thinking about it. So, I was at home at my mom's house. This was during the height of the pandemic. So, I left school, went home, because that semester was canceled. I'm starting to... It feels like there's bugs crawling on me, but there's not. But I forgot why I walked outside. I think I was taking trash out because at the time, our like big trash can was in our front like porch area. Difficult to explain. But it was in that area at the time. And so I was walking out because I think it was trash night. And it wasn't even nighttime. It was like 4 o'clock probably. But because of my fear of spiders, almost every time I enter or exit a doorway, I always do what I call the 4 corners. And I check the 4 corners around a doorway just to make sure for my sanity that a spider's not there. And this time, usually the checks go okay and there's nothing there. This time was not like the others. This time, there was... I'm getting chills. This time, when I looked down, to give you perspective, I did not think this was a spider when I first saw it. Until I stared at it for a second and realized what it was. I don't know if hamsters or gerbils can be black. I'm sure they probably can be. But take, like, a small fist, like a child-sized fist, probably. Take a child-sized fist and, just ball it up like a fist and make it black and hairy. That is what I saw in the corner. Oh, I'm getting chills. And I didn't scream or anything like that. Tears instantly started flowing. My eyes are watering thinking about it. That's how much this spider ruined me. But tears instantly started flowing down my face. I slowly backed up because it was in a bottom left corner. And we have there's 2 steps leading up to where our front door is. And it was in the corner on the top step. And technically I didn't notice that it was a spider until it stretched its legs out, which is the worst. I mean, come on now. That's worst nightmare. Why are you doing this to me? But, I'm gonna put my marksman cap on to get better damage. Why are you doing this to me? You're being rude. How did I miss that? But, so I saw its legs barely stretch out. You know how a spider does? If it starts balled up, I'm going to pause this for a second. It starts balled up. So imagine a fist, if you're mimicking a spider, you ball your fist up and then you slowly uncurl your fingers, acting like how a spider would do so with its legs. And it did that. And as soon as it did that, tears, instantly. Instant tears. It was the worst. And I saw it do that. I instantly cried. I was like, why do I get the hiccups now? Come on. But tears instantly just started rolling down my face. And so I slowly backed up into the house, closed the door, set the trash bag I had with me just next to the door, and I walked back to my mother's room where she was watching her show or whatever. And I walked back there crying, and she was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "There's a spider on the front porch and I need you to kill it." Normally, if I see a spider outside, not threatening to come inside, I don't make a deal out of it, a big deal out of it, because it's outside, that's where they're supposed to be, that's fine. But when it's that big, I refuse. I just refuse. No, it's not happening. Because one of my bedroom windows in that house, it looks out to the front porch area. And so there's no way. I refuse. Because in my mind, first off, it's close enough to me that it could somehow gain access to me. But on top of that, it's close enough to a window that I look out of kind of, multiple times, depending on where my desk is at the time. And in my mind, these ants are about to get mad at me. In my mind, I would look out that window one day, and even if it's not open, I'm getting chills again. And even if it's not, even if the window's not open, I can just imagine and picture that I would see. Is dealing with these ants worth it for this apple? Probably. One mutation I need to get before I do this. This one. Hey, 2 for 1. I still have my marksman cap on, don't I? I do. Well, I have enough inventory space to grab them, so I will. I'm so glad black ants don't get mad at you like red ants do. Or they might. I don't know. I could be wrong. But back to the story. So, I go back to my mom's room crying. And she says, what's wrong? Why are you crying? And I said, there's a spider on the front porch. I need you to get rid of it. Let's not sugarcoat this. I said, I need you to kill it. It needs to be gone. I can't have it there. It freaks me out. And I can't deal with it at the moment. And she, of course, when I said this, she knows how much I hate spiders. And how much they freak me out. And so she is assuming that this spider is like super small. Like not even close to anything that would need to be worried about. Like small. Like dime size. Because I do freak out about dime sized spiders and I will not act like I don't. But I tell her, bring a heavy shoe, a boot, something along those lines. And she's like, why would I need a boot? And I'm like, just bring one. You're going to see what I mean. And so I have to keep an eye out when I'm over here because this is where the scarabs usually are. Or always are, I should say. And that's what you need to make quartzite jewels. There's a hot candy over there. But I'm going to finish the story, and then I'll leave you guys off. But, so she grabs a boot and is heading towards the front door. I am cowering behind her at this point. And she's like, no, seriously, like, what's going on? Why are you so freaked out about the spider? Like, I know you get freaked out by spiders, but this is like a new level of freak out. And I'm like, you'll see what I mean. And then, of course, whenever we open the front door, she opens the front door, I said, look at the bottom right corner outside the front door. And so she looks down at that corner, and my heart sinks because of course it would be. The spider is gone. And is no longer where it was when I left it, which is the worst quality of spiders. Why can't they just stay, in a place where they should be instead of going elsewhere? And it's just not necessary. But either way, the spider is no longer there. My heart sinks because she probably thinks I'm crazy. And then I catch a glimpse of it behind a flower pot that my mom has on the porch. And I said, no, it's behind and under that flower pot. And of course she goes and looks for it, tentatively. But she goes and looks for it, just kind of glancing around the area, trying not to get too close to anything. And then this spider, which is now the size of, it's smaller than an adult hand, but it's like so much bigger than a child's hand spread out. But it starts crawling up the wall behind the flower pot, and it just emerges out from behind this flower pot. And my mom takes a step back and she says, oh, I see why you're freaked out. And I'm like, oh, really? So I'm not crazy. And she's like, no, you're not crazy. And I'm like, that's good. Do you want to kill the spider now? And she says, I'll get rid of it. And I'm like, thank you. And so she has me hand her the boot, which she didn't have on her, like, with her for whatever reason. I was carrying it. But I hand her the boot. And she's like, okay. And then she tries to say something along the lines of, when I do this, you're going to need to do something just in case. And I'm like, I don't know what. I don't even remember what she's tried to get me to do. But it's like, I am immune to all suggestions you might make because I can't physically think right now. And so I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. There's just, no. It's not going to happen. I'm going to slow my story down a bit because I need to keep an eye out for scarabs, which are usually in this area. I'm actually going to get rid of these ant parts. I don't really need them. Of course I missed. Gosh darn it, what, I don't... And it's gone. Lovely. Could you not? This is not the correct weapon to use on these. Better. Back to the story. So yeah, I was like, I am immune to anything, any suggestions you're making right now, because I can't think right now. Like, anything you say will just go right over my head. Like, I can't focus on anything. So she slowly walks up to it, trying not to make it run, and she puts her hand in the boot and just essentially punches the wall, is the best way I can explain it. Just doing her darndest to get rid of it in one hit. And thankfully, it doesn't run. She manages to get rid of it with that one hit. And it dies. And it's just laying there. And it's bad when the person who says they aren't scared of the things that they just got rid of, it's bad when the person who's not scared of these things looks at you like, did that really just happen right now? Of like, there's no way that just happened. Like, that's impossible. There's like no way. Like, that can't be a thing. It's crazy when someone who doesn't get scared of these things looks as freaked out as you are. I don't know if I want. But either way, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can look forward to another grounded episode next Wednesday. But that's all for now. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.